Hello and welcome to Paper Blessings. I'm so excited that you decided to join me. I want to show you how to make this wonderful Easter card. Easter is my favorite time of the year, and with all the activities and everything going on, you just have to complete it with sending someone a happy Easter card, just to remind them of how much they're loved. So let's get to it, shall we? You'll need a cardstock. I use Neenah, or you can use a watercolor. And just a small piece. This is 3 inches by 5. And then you'll need another piece of paper to use your note card to cut out. And that measures about 4 inches by, we'll say, 5. And another piece of cardstock that measures 4 inches by 5 1/8. We're going to emboss this. And then you'll need to take an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and cut it horizontally down the middle. Now let's get to it. So stamp your image, and you're going to use Memento ink because we're going to use watercolors. So I used Memento Brown for my cross. And I've went ahead and stamped my image. For the robe, I'm going to use Spectrum Aqua Blend Color Pencils, and I'm going to use Crocus. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to outline any place that the stamped image has a line. I'm going to darken that with my pencil and then outline it. This really does go really quick. And let me zoom in so you can see. Do is I'm going to cut it out using, and let me back up this camera so that you can all see what I'm doing here. I'm going to use my oval die cut. This is the layering framelits from Stampin' Up. And I'm just going to place it on my magnetic cutting board. And I'm just going to center this here. I have sandwiched it between, what is that called? Oh, you know what the doohickey. 2 clear cutting plates. There we go. Onto the magnetic cutting board. You never want to use your magnetic cutting board without them. You will ruin it. So I have cut that out. And then the next thing I want to do is I wanted to add just a little bit of color. So I also took my Tim Holtz, and I wanted to put a little bit of color just to emphasize thorns on the crown. So I took a little copper because it kind of made it pop just a little bit more. To edge it, I took a little of the scattered straw because I wanted a little bit of paleness, but I also wanted to add just a little bit of color. So I just go around it like this. Just add a little bit of color there. And then I go around the edges. Just a little darkness. I just love this stamp. I've had this stamp for quite some time. Look how pretty. And this stamp is called Resurrection Cross, and it's by Stampabilities. It's a nice stamp. You can tell it's gotten a lot of love. Okay, so we finished with our embellishment that's going to go on the front. Now you're going to take a piece of cardstock that you've chosen. The paper that I've chose, this one is Hazel, and it's Pansy. I tell because it has a little bit of texture. This one is a Stampin' Up Lavender Lace color. And this one is Coordinations, and it's the paper Elegance. Isn't it pretty? Has a lot of shimmer in it. So I took my Coordinations and I used my Sizzix Big Z top note die, and I cut this out. Then I took my smaller piece and I embossed it with my Sizzix Alterations. Isn't that a pretty print? And they're not marked with the name, so I'm not sure which one this is. But any of them would do. Okay, so I embossed that. Cut this out, embossed, places it here, and this goes on the front. For the Happy Easter, I used Memory Box Company for the Happy Easter. There's two sizes, and I wasn't quite sure which size I would want. So there's the smaller size, and then there's the larger size. And I actually chose one of the smaller ones and one of the larger ones. And to assemble it, it was really easy. But I bet you're wondering how I got this dark on top of the embossing. So I took a little bit of the walnut stain and I just brushed over the top just to bring in some of that color. And so I didn't have so much purple. I know that the camera picked it up that robe is bluish, but it's actually a purple color. And then to adhere everything, take my put a little glue on the back of this piece. You could put some lace on this. You could put a little piece of ribbon and put it at the bottom and decorate that just a little bit more if you wanted to. And then for the Happy Easter, I place that in my Xyron. go. There's your Easter card. And then for the insert, you just take an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, copy paper, trim off 1/2 inch off each side, 1/2 inch off the long side, 1/2 inch off the short side, cut it directly down the middle, and there you go. You have your insert. Isn't that just a sweet, happy Easter? And what a wonderful time of year. I'm so happy that you found the time to, during this busy season, to watch this video. Please give me a thumbs up, or better yet, subscribe. And I hope you're enjoying your Spectrum Noir Aqua Blend Color Watercolor Pencils, because I sure am. Thank you. Happy Easter, everyone, and God bless.